that was weird. All right. Now I got to go back in and fix this one guy's face I got black on. It was him. You're the menace. All right. Now I can move this out of the way and grab this and a little bit of speed paint metallics. This is my favorite metallics. So, yeah. Just a few dots. Get my brush I use for my metallics, because I really don't like to mix them. I don't like to use a brush for metallics and then use it for regular. Don't want to have any chance of having metallic flakes in there whenever I go to paint something else. Would it matter for these guys? No, not particularly. All right, this belt, I'm just going to paint silver. It doesn't matter too much. Should it probably be a brass color? Yeah, it should. But I'm not worried about it. Getting the weapon, trying to get up there a little bit. And I got this. Hopefully you enjoy the sound effects. I have been working on them. You know, they're a key part of the content here, is the sound effects. And we got this guy at the MP40. All right, get up here. Try not to get it on his shirt. Get this side of it. All right. And that's going to cut it for the metallics. As you can see, I put way too much paint on there. And I only put like a couple drops. So I got to get that out of there. All right, now comes the part where I'm going to start changing all this leftover brown into different colors, which is going to help me speed this up. So it's going to be real simple. I'm just going to use some inks. These are from AK. It's a sepia ink. And I'm going to go over all the leather bits. Not the black as much. If I hit the black, it's okay. But yeah, that's just a way I've been doing these to try to speed it up a little bit. Just take some of this ink and his pouches, just hit them. That was way too much. But I'm going to try to channel my inner Bob Ross here and just, it'll be okay. Don't worry about it, even though it's going to bug me. But I'm not going to worry about it. If there are people commenting, thank you. I cannot see them, so I will have to reply to them afterwards. It's first time going live here, so as you can see, I have no clue what I'm doing. Yeah, you can just see how those inks give it a little bit of contrast from the rest of the brown. And then I'm going to use it once I get done with the leather bits. I'll use a different shade of an ink just to make the wood stick out a little bit, because I want that to stick out too. Oh, this guy's got the wood right next to the pouches. And he's got these pouches up front. I love these these models with the MP40s. Some of these are just amazing sculpts. Just really fun to paint. Great stuff. All right, get his leather bits. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the wood. So just using this wood brown ink, also from AK. I got inks from Daler-Rowney and AK. I haven't noticed a difference between them. They're both great. Just going to put that in the same one. Don't need much because it's just for the weapons and the stocks. But yeah. So. Like he's got this stock right here. I'll just put a little bit there, a little bit where it meets that. And then on the E tool, I'll try to get some on there. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. You're not going to pick that out, but I don't know. Just something I do, I guess. Probably don't need to do it. Could probably speed this up even more, but it's just one of those things. Try to get the buttstock. Gets on the face a little bit. No big deal. At least not for me. Gets on his hand a little bit. No big deal. Alright, then this guy, got to get the weapon and the box he's carrying. So there you can see there's a little bit of variation between, we bring into focus, in between what that wood ink does and what that sepia ink does. Not much difference, but enough. Enough for me. And then since this case is wood, I'm also just going to put this wood ink on there. You can see it kind of helped bring out those striations a little bit of the wood grain, so that's a positive. Then what I'll do is I'll let that dry for a little bit. Usually, while I'm waiting for that, I'll go into the last unit I painted, which you can see these guys. I put the ink on, or I'm sorry, I put my wash on, which I'm going to do with these guys in a little bit. And I'll go in and I will re-pick out some of the highlights. So I'll go back in with my paint. While they're based, that might be heresy, but it speeds this up. So I really try to thin this down when I'm doing it, but I'll just take these guys and like with this green, just go in here, pick out some of the areas that got dulled down. Like that's a little too bright, but it's okay. It'll go down a little bit. Reach in there. Yeah, I didn't say I was the smartest, did I? Again, this is kind of hard to video. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how people do this crap. These 10 mil models are no joke to try to show on a video in paint. But yeah. Put a little bit right there. A little bit on his smock. Not really going to worry too much about the legs if I can't see them. Like that one model, you could see him back there. Him back there, I can see. So, you know, I had to give it a little bit of a highlight. Nothing crazy. Then I'll just rotate them around. Get the tops of their jacket. Just like that. Get the bottom of this jump smock. Put a little bit more color on him. A little bit more color over there too. All right. And I'm just going to go in with a little bit of this green. Mix it in over here with some of this dark blue I have, just to lighten it up just a little bit. And I'm just going to take that and hit the helmets with it. Just to lighten those up. Just dabbing it on there. I'm not even really trying to be exactly perfect. And actually, I want this to be even a little bit lighter. Just a little bit. That's about perfect right there. I like that. That's a good color. That's just going to give them enough to pop. Again, pants, I'll hit some of the front of the pants, like this guy. Switch them around, get the back of the pants. Actually, I even want this a little lighter. There we go. Don't know what that was. Police, open up! Yeah, that would be a great time for that to happen. Oh yeah, now we're in business. Now I'm getting enough colors to where those are popping. And there you go. I'll bring those guys up. Could highlight the faces. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them there. I will get this mine right here though. Put a little bit, just a little bit, just to help that out a little bit. But yeah. Then, usually by the time I'm done with that, I can go back over to these guys. Time I'm done with that, the inks, if they're not dry, they're almost dry. And almost dry is dry enough for me. So then I will just take some of my magic sauce. Again, this is patented. You can't have it, all right? If you're caught using it, I can sue you. I'm just kidding. It's just Vallejo Model Wash. The best wash in the business, if you're asking me. And I just take this. I don't thin it down or nothing. And I just slap it on. When I'm putting it on, I try to get it into the deepest recesses when my brush is loaded. Go over the areas I want to be darker, if there are areas I want to be darker, and then I'll just go over the whole model. Just go over the whole thing. And that is really going to help darken that down to that. I painted these the exact same way. Just starting in the S's, like for this guy, we'll get underneath here. When the brush is loaded, then we will just go over the whole model. Just so I'm not completely dousing it, even though I am. So, yeah. Same thing with this guy. Need a little bit more on there. So we'll go back here, get his butt, since it needs to be pretty dark. That's a weird thing to say, I don't know. That came out odd. And then for like this guy, when I go back in and highlight, like I just showed this other guys, I will highlight that bandolier. Probably should have started with the big giant case he's carrying, but that's okay. And last but not least, old MP40 man, the NCO. That is a lot of wash I just put on there. Holy crap. Excuse me. Yeah, that was way too much. I'm going to try to wick some of this up. There we go. All right. Then I'll just let those guys dry, and I'll just come back in and highlight them like I did this. But that's pretty much it. I'm knocking these guys out. Right now I got, including this unit, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 14 done. I need 18 in total. With these ones, I'll have 15. So dang near done with the straight up infantry. I'll have to do a few mortar sections, a couple more command teams, spotters, heavy MGs. I got one of those painted. I think I showed it off already, but yeah, I'll have to paint up some more of these heavy MGs, some more light mortars. Oh! But yeah, I just wanted to do a video. Didn't have nothing else to do, so I figured might as well come down here and do it. See how this live works. I'll get better at it, I swear. I apologize if some people were commenting and I couldn't see it. I didn't see it pop up, so hopefully nobody was. Hopefully I didn't miss any. Not too sure. All right, guys, that's gonna end it for me. I appreciate you, anybody who watched. And until next time, talk to you guys later. Bye.